Okay, so we have done double crochets around the entire raw edge of our cowl now, and I am on the last few stitches here of mine. And I'm going to show you what I do, and I do leave a little bit of a gap here, and that's okay. I just prefer to go all the way flat and around and not slip stitch or do anything like that to connect it. This is how I do it, okay? Let me just get my yarn where it needs to go. So hopefully you can see this. So double crochet in this stitch, and you can see this is a very big stitch, but I'm going to make it a lot shorter by going into the side of this next stitch, which is part of the seam, okay? And that leaves a little bit of a gap, but it's not a bad one. And then you can double crochet on top of that stitch, and suddenly you are going in a round, okay? So this is where we start counting. This is where we start counting and make the yoke for our thing, okay? So you have done one stitch in your project. I start counting at the second stitch. That one that you put into the side does not count as a stitch. I'm just adding that, counted as part of the last row. We're starting a new row with that second stitch, okay? The one that's on top where it should be. So here we are. This is the one that's done in the side. This is the one that's done in the top of this one stitch. Okay? I don't know if you can see that, but that's how I do it. You can do it differently if you so desire. So now we are going to increase every 3 stitches. And by the way, if I'm waiting for the mail, so if the mail truck comes, I have yarn coming, of course. So please forgive me. My dog is out here and he will bark and everything, and I will stop the video, but I just want to warn you in case that happens. So we're going to do 3 stitches, okay? So I have 2, and then I'm going to do 1 more. 3, and then I'm going to do 2 in the next one single stitch, okay? That's an increase. And then 1, 2, 3, these are double crochets, increase. 2 stitches in 1. 1, oops, 2, 3, increase. You're going to do that the whole way around to that back seam. You can use a stitch marker here if it's easier for you, but as you can see, there's a little lump where the seam is, and you can definitely tell about where it needs to end. It needs to come close. You can be a stitch or 2 away, you can be a stitch or 2 beyond. It doesn't really matter as long as you stop and start a row generally around the same place so that you're still getting a full row of the stitch. So you're going to go all the way around, going 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase until you get to that seam, okay? And then you're going to go, the next row is 1, 2, 3, 4, increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, increase. So I'm going to pick up there with you. I'm just going to get to the end of my 1, 2, 3 increases, and then I will get to you with the next row of 1, 2, 3, 4 increases. So if you can manage to do those 2 rows, just 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, increase all the way around your piece in double crochet, and stop at that seam. And again, you can use a stitch marker. I just prefer to look where that seam is because this is a pretty lumpy seam, and it shows me exactly where to start and stop my rows. Even when they are further down, I get the general idea. I see that stitch that I did on the side that has that weird sort of Y shape. Okay, so this is how you are going to make your turtleneck. You're going to keep increasing. The next row after 4 is 5, and then 6, and then 7. So you go all the way up to 10. And once you get to 10, that's when you keep increasing if you need to. Okay, this is where sleeve holes come in, and we start deciding about sizing. And everybody is going to be different. So where you start your sleeve holes and stop and decide, it's all up to how you are sized. So if you are a bigger person, like an extra large, this will still work for you. You just have to go a little bit further on your yoke and make sure that it fits you underneath the arms, okay? And when I get to that point, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I figured out how to show you how to do sleeve holes. I'm not sure how else to do it, so I think this is the answer. Because I do it a little bit differently. I lay my garment flat and then I size it using my hands, because I know that the width of my hand at a little bit of an angle is the size of my sleeve up at the top, and that's the size that I need. So I just size the garment flat. I don't even try them on anymore, but I'm going to show you how to try them on so you make sure that it fits you exactly. Okay, so that's the benefit of doing these. So feel free to do as many rows as you like, up to 10, and you can try it on as you go. The goal is that you're making the yoke right now, this section of your sweater, it's going to get bigger and wider, and it's going to be a big circle around, and you can try it on, and the goal is that you want to be able to get ends to touch underneath your arms like this, okay? This is not hard, but I will catch up with you in a few rows. I will let you know how far I get.